Check, check. There we go. Today, it's the day before Christmas. We are prepping the grills, getting ready. I'm going to be cooking about 32 pounds of meat tomorrow. I got to get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. Not super excited about it, but I'm excited about the meat. I guess. There we go. Put that on there. But yeah, dude. So far, it's been a good Christmas season. I think comedy, like, when we do comedy, it's a direct reflection of who we are. And I'm bringing this up because we had a really good comedian pass away. Yesterday, a couple days before Christmas. He committed suicide. And I wanted to talk about it because, like, I don't know, like, who would have known? This dude was wonderful. He was a pleasant person to talk to and hang out with. I've done a few shows with him in the past, and we weren't like close friends or anything by any means, but we knew each other and talked about doing more shows together. And the guy is just, he's gone. Left his friends and family behind. I don't know. I just feel like that happens a lot in comedy. I feel like it happens too often in comedy. I mean, it is therapy. Comedians are jaded and shit like that, but I mean, to take your life, I mean, my wife and I were talking about it earlier today. I don't know if it's, I'm no expert on the subject matter, obviously, but is it a mental illness? We talk about people who bang up, public settings. I don't want to sit there and say it, but mentally ill people. I mean, are they like in their brain in another dimension or something? They want to inflict pain on other people. And then there's comedians, they're mentally ill. They're misfiring up top, chemically imbalanced something, and then they go into this whole thing of despair. I don't know. I don't get it. Can't obviously relate to it. I don't feel that way. It's not that I've never had depression. I've had depression, but I think the people who commit suicide, it's not depression. It's, you're mentally unstable. You've probably were in a place of depression, but then all of a sudden, you went a step further. You fell into despair. You fell into a sense of loss, even though you're surrounded by people who may love you and adore you and would 100% support you and wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. You don't see any other way. You don't see any other way other than, So I don't get it. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. I wouldn't wish that. I think it's even more important that, comedians. I mean, you see someone like Robin Williams took his own life, and many comedians, artists have taken their own life. It isn't about money. It isn't about having people who love you. It's a whole nother ball game. Something else is going on in their head. Something else is going on in their head to make them want to hurt themselves or hurt other people. I don't know. But it's sad, and it's something that as comedians we gotta face as a reality. We're gonna lose people around us, and I think we have to be aware of it. Look for signs. Make sure we're talking to our loved ones. Making sure we're talking to our fellow comedians. Making sure they know, like, if you even hear like an inkling of something could be wrong, let them know, like, hey man, I'm here for you. Call me. Maybe you pick up the phone and call them and just check in on them once in a while. It's just sad, man. I love people. Not everybody. Some people But even my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish that on them or wish that on their child. Like there's just so much pain there. You know, accidents happen, shit happens, and there's nothing we can do about it. But for someone to take their life is so sad, and so it feels so I don't know, unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably really loud in the mic. Anyway, I hope you guys all have like a super happy holiday. I am having a happy holiday. You know, prayers for Neil, Nanda's family and friends, close friends. I mean, we were acquaintances through comedy, but it doesn't mean it doesn't affect us all. He was a hilarious dude, absolutely hilarious dude, and I hate seeing that. I just absolutely hate seeing that. Hate's a strong word, but that's one thing I do hate to see. I don't want to see any of my close friends or family go that way. I don't want to see them go ever, but like I said, accidents happen. But to think that you're close to someone and then have them take their life, I can't imagine that pain, and I don't ever want to imagine that pain. If you can hear all the noise, it's because I live right next to the freeway. If you can see behind me. Love my house, love my neighborhood. Don't like being next to the freeway. But yeah, this Christmas, hug your loved ones. Hug your loved ones, man. Enough about that. That's sad. It really is sad. We're gonna cook 32 pounds of meats. That's what I'm doing for the holidays. So every year, well, almost every year, we had a few years where we didn't because of COVID and whatnot. But generally, my wife's family, Filipino family, they get together, big Christmas shindig on Christmas Day out in Palm Springs. And my mother-in-law asked me to cook some meat. So I'm going to attempt a pork belly. I haven't done pork belly before. I'm going to cook my ribs that I've cooked a lot, and I love cooking my ribs. And then we're going to, on my Instant Pot, I'm going to do pork butt. So we're going to do pulled pork there. Vertical smoker, I'm going to do hooks. We're going to hang the ribs here. So I'm doing vertical ribs here. And then on the offset, we're going to do the pork belly, cut it up. I think I'm going to do I've never done it before, but I think I'm going to cube it into like 1.5 inch, 2 inch cubes, season it, get it on the smoker, smoke that for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, then throw it in a bin with some barbecue sauce. I'm going to try some homemade barbecue sauce. I'm going to do some different rubs, and I have Sweet Baby Ray's, which I love their barbecue sauce, but I'm also going to make a homemade barbecue sauce. So I think I'll do the Sweet Baby Ray's on the pork butt, the pulled pork. We'll have Sweet Baby Ray's. Pork belly, I'm going to use my homemade. And then on the ribs, I'm not going to sauce them up. I'm going to do a rub, dry rub, and then when I wrap them, I'm going to put them in some butter and honey and some brown sugar. So that's what we're going to do with those. All right, everyone. I love you. Hug your loved ones. Make sure you're always in contact with them. And yeah, we'll see what happens with this meat.